Hello, this is Brian Casey of the Imaging Wire. We are here at ECR 2024 and we're here with Steve Holloway. He is Managing Director of UK market analysis firm Signify Research. Steve, thanks for being with us today.
Great to be here, Brian.
Good to have you. So we talk at RSNA, we talk at HIMSS, we've talked at ECR, and you have a really great perspective on some of the big picture trends that are going on here at ECR. Now, the theme of this meeting is next generation radiology, and one of the things that I've really noticed is how active AI has been. We're here next to the AI theater and we're in the AI hall. What do you think some of the big trends are, and is AI here as busy to you as it seems to me?
Yeah, no, it certainly seems busy here at the hall. I think what's been really interesting hearing the amount of evidence that's out there in some of the clinical sessions now really advocating the use of AI and actually proving that it can work in real world scenarios, which is great to see. I think on the funding side of things, in terms of the market, it has got a bit tighter, particularly with some of those macroeconomic challenges out there today. So I think we're really going to see companies having to really prove that they've got a route to market, a route to scale, and that they've got the evidence to back up the claims they're making here on the show floor as well. So I think you'll see a bit of a thinning of the field over the next year or two, but that's really as funding sort of gets pushed more to the sort of category leaders in each application area.
Now, you guys track funding, VC funding pretty closely, and you found that funding of AI dropped quite a bit last year. Why was that? And if it's dropping, how come there's still so many people here?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I think it was a bit of a correction. Obviously, funding during the COVID years exploded. We saw a huge amount with low interest rates. From an economic point of view, that just meant that venture capital and private equity could go very aggressively into higher risk markets like AI. I think now there's a bit more with inflation and some of the macroeconomic risks out there. There's a little bit more thinking through investments and actually really looking at companies who have a route to scalability and profitability and an established customer base. So it's really, how do you get to that break-even point? How do you prove value? And have you got the evidence to back it up? I.e., have you got reimbursement? Have you got healthcare providers really engaging with you? And are you actually making a difference to the delivery of care? You know, there's lots of tools that we've seen being brought to the market that really haven't moved the needle very much. So there are lots of good stuff out here as well, but I think it's going to be a lot more selective on the investment moving forward.
So it sounds like we're probably going to see some winners and losers, and maybe, hate to say it, some of these folks won't be here next year.
Yeah, potentially, and I think that's just market forces kind of dictating. And I think the other key point to keep in mind, though, is developing the product is one thing, but you also have to think about how you integrate it into workflow. And obviously lots of these companies are kind of working out their channel strategies. Should they be going through some of the big marketplaces? Should they be more natively orchestrated into packs? And what does that look like for their users? So we're seeing a lot of focus and debate at the moment, and I've spent a lot of time at the show really trying to better understand what that looks like, both from the big sort of enterprise imaging IT companies, but also from the AI vendors. And we're doing some new analysis this year, actually looking at sizing sales channels quantifiably from a spend perspective. So we'll have the results on that in the summer. But I think that'll be really interesting to see whether the marketplaces are really commercially viable long term or not.
All right, something to look forward to. Steve, thanks for being with us again.
Great, thanks to be here, Brian. Thank you.
All right, signing off from ECR 2024, my name is Brian Casey of the Imaging Wire.